So you have announced a strong expansion plan here in the Mumbai area of Wadala project. Can you give us more details? What is the kind of outlook and what are the kind of expectations that you have from this?
Hi, good afternoon. This is our land parcel which we have been owning since a very long time, and is a part of our 100-acre layout known as Ajmera Island. There is a new phase in which we are starting this construction, and we are going to start off with the construction, and which we have all the permissions in place. So this is about 5 lakh square feet of carpet area which we are launching of residential 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. So Wadala has been a very good trajectory for us. We have seen a good growth knowing to the surrounding infrastructures and the growth which has happened over the last decade. So we are very confident about the demand coming up in this area.
Sure, Dhaval, but talk to us about the pre-sales. What kind of momentum you have seen for that? And secondly, how do you plan to fund this particular construction of this project? Are you planning to take on more debt?
I'll tell you I'll just give you the entire, the growth of the sales in Wadala over the last, during the pandemic itself, we have done about 600 plus crores of revenue, sales revenue in this particular projects of our existing buildings, which we were already launched and completed. We have been having good demand. Obviously, the pre-sales will start, so we are expecting a good turnaround coming up from the pre-sales. But the overall financial of the project, that the overall cost, it is going to be partly funded and partly it will be through sales. So all our premiums and all the permissions have been taken in place, have been paid for. Now we are going to look after pre-sales, which are paid for through HDFC, our funding partner, and we will now be taking over from our pre-sales revenues for the construction and progress of the project. But which we are very confident that we should be able to generate a lot of pre-sales coming up in the next few quarters.
Well, Dhaval, yes, you did talk to us about in terms of the demand momentum being strong, but we were just trying to understand in terms of the overall sector, with the budget coming into picture, what kind of expectation do you have from the union budget, and what are the key things to track?
So the overall momentum is pretty good, and I personally believe that the role of the government plays a very, very important role in the psyche of the customer and the public at large. So if I just give you a small example, when the government came up with incentive soaps, which was the local government, like government of Maharashtra came up with the stamp duty incentive and all of that, it gained a lot of momentum. So with this current budget, I personally believe that in a city like Bombay, which is hitting very hard, obviously, is the GST, with although it's not part of the budget trajectory, but I feel overall we need to look at the budget, the GST factor to be rationalized, and also the interest rate subvention, which is in terms of the tax rebate which is happening, that limit needs to be increased. I think if there are 2-3 things like this which have been put up to the public at large, it will see a good momentum which is already running, and this momentum will continue for another 2-3 years.
Well, that point is taken, but for the overall industry, the trend that we have seen is that definitely demand has picked up, but the pricing power is something that the industry has not been able to command. Even at this point of time, we are seeing that the prices are at multi-year lows. Have you been able to see any improvement in realizations?
So we have seen improvement in realizations on ready projects. Well, under construction, if you are pricing it right, with the kind of supply and the flow which is already there in the market, you need to have it. You need to price the project right. So if the project is priced at a acceptable level within the within the micro market where you are operating, I think I don't see too much of a challenge. But definitely there has been a growth in terms of the price for ready projects. Whereas for the under construction project, with the kind of input costs which are going higher, I think you would probably from the next quarter start seeing the pricing also going higher for the under construction because of the input cost being higher, which although many developers would not want to do it, but with the force of the input cost being higher, this would be the next step.
Okay, Dhawal, we'll let you go on that optimistic note. Thank you so much for speaking with ET now. In fact, look at the stock counter and the up move that we have seen on Ajmera Realty for the